Intro to Culinary students. This week we are going to be making vegetable strudel. Super excited about this. But first I want to show you part of the vegetable strudel recipe calls for ricotta cheese. And we're going to make that from scratch. It's really simple and it's a fun way to impress your friends. You can also make a spread out of it. So you do want to get your temperature pretty medium high. And this is, I'll get you the recipe, but this is milk and heavy cream. And go ahead and add your salt. I've got my Nissan Plus here. Other side. Good, we're going to bring that to a boil. So while we're waiting that to come to a boil, over here I have a sieve with a this is a wet cheesecloth in a bowl. So we're going to pour this, you'll see, and I'll do a close-up so that you can see it coagulate and that you get these curds and whey. So the curds are going to be the lumps and the whey is going to be strained through. And we want the curds for our ricotta cheese. So I was stirring constantly, and we brought this up to a boil. Just turned it off, so let's make sure we get it there. There we go. So we're going to turn that off, and we're going to add our vinegar. This is going to take about a minute. Just add that and let it sit for a minute, and we should see it work its magic. Okay, it's been about a minute and the curds are starting to separate. So let's go ahead and pour this in to our cheesecloth. Let me see if I can change that so you can see it from this view. There, that's better. You can see how it started to separate once we added the vinegar. And we're going to let this sit for about 20 to 25 minutes before you can use it. However, the longer you sit, the more whey that will come out and you'll have more curd and it will be thicker. So if you were to take this ricotta and want to make it into an herb spread for some crackers or some toasted bread, then you would leave it longer. So moving on to the vegetable filling for our strudel, I've julienned some celery, carrots, and I'm starting to work on parsnips. And I'll go ahead and demonstrate that for you. I've got my fingers rolled back. And now moving on to the cucumber. I've already chef-nodded my basil over here. That's going to go in the vegetables as well. And I've got my oil heating up as well. I'm going to cut around the seeded part, and I'll munch on that later. All right, there you have it. So we are ready to go into the skillet with our garlic. I have a garlic paste here. I really love this product because I'm not a big fan. I'm sure you've heard me say this of getting big chunks of garlic. This just kind of melts into the dish. So a pretty good portion of garlic. I'll provide the recipe for you in the Google Classroom. We have our nonstick skillet, so this is a heat-resistant spatula. We're not going to use metal in these nonstick skillets, and that goes the same at school. And one thing you don't want to do is toast your garlic. You don't want to brown your garlic or caramelize your garlic. It just starts to get really bitter. So we've got that going. Let's go ahead and get all our veg in there. We're going to give it some salt and pepper. And this is going to be the filling for our strudel. going. Let's turn it on a little lower so I don't want to burn anything. We're going to start working on strudel. So this is phyllo dough. And in between, let's go ahead and put that basil in here too. So that's a little bit of basil. Let's roll out our phyllo dough sheets. Here they are. Okay. And we want to keep these covered when we're not using them because they dry out really super quick. And you can use a damp towel, it is ideal. There we have it. So this is tedious work. There needs to be butter brushed on each layer of your phyllo dough. And for our strudel, this is good. Let's go ahead and turn these off there. It's getting very fragrant. They're starting to become a little more translucent, so those are ready. For our strudel, we add an additional step to that. We're going to actually sprinkle it with some breadcrumbs. So grab your sheet. I'm going to get more than one here. There we go. Make sure you cover the unused dough. And then a nice generous, you'll hear my oven going. So that is because my mise en place, I went ahead and heated my oven. I have my pan ready. I have my butter melted. All my ingredients measured out. We're going to build these lovely vegetable strudel rolls. Okay, let's add those breadcrumbs. About an ounce. Every time you add, you want to go about an ounce. And I like these breadcrumbs are the Italian, so they're already seasoned. But if you wanted to do, instead of an Italian flair on this, if you wanted to do a Asian, you could by all means use panko. That would be so fun. And instead of a tomato dipping sauce, you could go for an Asian dipping sauce, sweet and sour sauce. That would be a lot of fun too. And your butter. And you're just going to continue to do this till you get about 6 phyllo sheets covered in butter and sprinkled with breadcrumbs. Okay, we are ready to assemble the vegetable strudel. So I wanted you to get an idea about how much of the whey we strained off. And it's looking almost 3/4 of a cup, maybe just even a little bit more. So a lot of liquid came, a lot of whey came off of the ricotta. And there's a couple different ways you can do this vegetable strudel. The recipe says to mix the ricotta in with the vegetables. However, I think it would be really nice to do it a little more like lasagna, where you layer. So on top of this butter, I'm going to just, off the offset spatula, I'm going to spread the ricotta on the strudel. And I'm not going to take it all the way to the end on either these sides so it doesn't ooze out while baking. Get some of that lovely ricotta. It's still pretty smooth. So again, if you wanted to make this into a spreadable topping for some toasted bread, let it go a little longer. Get rid of more of that whey. There, that looks really good. All right. All right, now let's add the vegetables. And I think we could do 3 lines across here. I'm trying to get them all headed in the same direction to make a nice roll. So all of these layers of phyllo dough have been spread with butter and breadcrumbs. now we're gonna roll it. Grab a hold of that vegetable goodness there. There we go. Nice. All right. Good. So you see a little bit of ricotta came out. That's okay. And then we're going to put this on our pan, seam side down. Top with more butter. There's that seam. I'm going to roll it a little bit. There we go. Make sure that stays tight. All right, that looks really good. Just making sure we get everything saturated with butter. And then we're going to squirt. So just take it down. Oh no, Rose. No barking in the kitchen. That's my little dog, Rosie. There we go. All right, into the oven it goes. When it comes out, it'll get cold. We'll do some plating and have our sauce. Our strudel is out of the oven. I've taken the little bit of ricotta that was left over and added some basil and some parsley, fresh basil and parsley, fresh cracked pepper, a little salt, and a little bit of garlic paste to that, so that that could be a topping for a vegetable strudel. So I'm going to go ahead and plate that. And then I have a just a marinara sauce, red sauce. And that goes wonderfully with this Italian-inspired vegetable strudel. We have 2 sauces. And now let's get into our strudel. I'm so excited. I'm going to go for the bigger part first. Let's see what it looks like inside. Oh, it is amazing. Oh, those are going to be so lovely. So I plan to serve this as an appetizer. This actually could be served as a side dish or a main dish. Oh, it's wonderful. You can see the ricotta cheese is in there. Yummo. So I have a serrated knife. I find that helps when you're cutting jelly rolls or phyllo dough. To help, I'm putting very little pressure and just really letting the knife do all the work. And that way we don't squeeze out the filling. And then just look with your knife and onto it. Oops. That got a little messy. So we're going to clean that up and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all plated and ready to present. Vegetable strudel, appetizer, side dish, or even main course. Good appetit.